Hi everyone, I'm Jean-Pierre. I'm the Leadership for Learning and Monitoring, Evaluation and Learning Lead on BLF program. If you are watching this video, you should be the system leader and a member of the district training team in your district. We call it DTT. As you may know, part of BLF program was to equip you with the skills and tools to carry out your functions of planning, teaching and learning in your district. BLF, through its Foundation 3, has trained most of you on using learning and teaching data to improve learning outcome in your districts. In this short video, I'm guiding you to how Google Forms can be used to collect data on teaching and learning. I will start showing you what you need to use Google Forms and then discuss how you can access Google Forms and also show you how you can design your own Google Forms, and finally I show you how you can access data collected through Google Forms. Let's start with what you need to use Google Forms. It is very simple. Looking at my screen, you can see that I've logged in my Gmail account. It is actually a Gmail account we created for BLF Mail, and it was mainly for the purpose of managing Google Forms. If I wanted, I can click here to access all emails that are coming addressed to BLF Mail, but that is not my intention today. Going to the right corner, we can see this B stands for BLF program. As you can see, it's a Google account, but in this place you can see Google applications or Google apps. It is in these Google apps where you will access Google Forms and design your own Google Forms. But the first condition for you to be able to access Google Forms, it is when you have a Google account. If you don't have one, please create one. And I know most of us are using smartphones that are equipped with the Android, and Android will always ask for a Gmail account. So please, that Gmail account is very important for you to be able to access all Google applications, including the Google Forms. Secondly, how can you access Google Forms? To access Google Forms, you go to Google Applications and you can see several applications, including the Gmail. Gmail is the commonly known one because it is where we access our emails. And search, this is the search engine where we Google things. And some of us are also using Google Meet, like when we want to connect to colleagues, like we are using Teams. So Google Meet have the same capability as Teams. Scrolling down, we can see another important application called Forms or Google Forms. Then this is the place where by clicking here you can access all Google Forms that have been designed by BLF Mail or have been shared with BLF Mail. As you can see from my screen, If I can scroll down, you can see many tools designed and with the intention to collect data. In this video, I will take just one example randomly, like there is a DTT tool, a district training team tool designed for Ruhango district. Then by clicking on the tool, I will see the questions that are in that tool. It's a tool that collects data on COPs, on SBMs, activities, on PLCs, and on SGACs meetings. So in this tool, you can have different sections, and each section will mean the category or the type of data you want to collect. Suppose that you have accessed this form and you have the right to access it the way you can see it here, and you are happy with all the questions and you want to use it to collect data. You will expect responses by clicking here. As you can see, this tool has not been used. That's why I have 0 response. I can also do some settings, like if I want to do the customization of the tool, adding more colors, maybe having it looking better than it looks like. You can add colors, you can just do some settings. But if you don't have time to do all these settings, don't worry, because the Google form has defaults that are already the basics for you to be able to collect data. So after this, then the next step would be to send the tool to respondents so that they can fill in the data and you can see responses here. So you will simply click here, send, and there are 2 ways. One can be to write an email of the person you're sending to or the respondent, or you can just click on the link here. You can shorten it if you want, or you can keep it that long, and the person who is shared with this link will be able to fill in information you want. And then remember, as I said from the beginning, those who are responding to questions in your tool, their answers will be appearing under responses. Another point I wanted to show you, to guide you with, it is how you can design your own tool. We've used the tool that is already designed. I can access it, and if I give you an access to this tool, believe me, you'll be able to make any change. And to give access to people, you can click here and you add them as collaborators. Whoever is added as a collaborator in this tool, and you've allowed anyone with the link to edit as editor, then that person will be able to make any changes, including adding more questions, removing questions, and even sending the tool for people to put in their data. Remember, the tool should be active, meaning it should be ready for accepting responses. For example, if you are done collecting data, maybe you had a deadline for collecting data, then you can close the tool by clicking here, or you can open the tool to accept more responses. Another question for discussion here is, how can you design your own tool? It is very simple to design your own tool. Going back to my dashboard here with tools, you can see a blank or a new form. That is the first way of creating your own tool. By clicking here, and it will give a default and a format on how you can design your tool with a set of questions. It is very important to understand that the type of data you want to collect will be aligned with the type of question you put in your tool. For example, if I want to collect an answer that says yes or no, a dichotomy, then I'll say, for example, what is your sex? Then a sex can be a male or female or both, or they can say no idea. So it gives you opportunity for putting the options that you want the respondents to be selecting for you, thereby sending their data. So here there is an important tool here. Like here, like I've said, it is a multiple choice question I want, and then I'll make it a multiple choice question. But sometimes I want a question that is a short answer. Then I can say, like, instead of ticking or selecting from a list I give, then they can just, instead of, they'll be writing male or female here, which will have an implication on the data analysis that we can discuss later in another video. You can add more questions by duplicating this one and change the question and the type, or you can use the plus sign here to another question, or you can import questions from other tools. For example, I can add questions from this schools tool, and then a box will pop up here, and then, for example, if I add Bumbogo, Bumbogo is a sector, Gikomero is a sector. By importing these questions, then I will have all schools in Bumbogo in my tool. Very simple. You can do some formatting as you wish by clicking here. You can add sections. So the importance of adding sections, it is when you want to put in some skip logics. For example, by answering one question, you don't need necessarily to answer to the next question, because that would not be relevant. So by clicking here, then you're adding other sections, and then you will put the questions accordingly. So that's how you create a tool using a Google form. And then finally, suppose that you can access the tool, you can create your own tool. So now you need to know responses. As I said, in this tool I'm using here, we don't have responses, but on my dashboard, I've got tools with some responses. So let me go directly to that one. For example, an SBM evaluation tool. This is a tool we use to collect data on how SBM are leading English sessions in schools. We received more than 900 responses, as you can see here. And it is amazing to see how the Google form will make some basic analysis to help you. For example, if you want to know whether the one who filled the form is a head teacher or an SBM, you can see the percentage here. For example, if you want to know the sex, you can see the disaggregation by male and female, and so on and so forth. However, this basic analysis may not be useful as you wish, and you need to do further analysis, or in other words, you want to access all data collected. As you can see in this right corner, there is view in sheets. The view in sheets, that means the data are in a form, in a document where they are arranged in the rows and columns of a grid and can be manipulated, analyzed, or used for calculations. An example of those documents, it is an Excel spreadsheet. We can have other extensions like XLS, but the commonly used spreadsheet, the one we are familiar with, is Excel, and it can help you to manipulate data, analyze data, or make any calculation the way you want it. If you can see on this screen, you can see email addresses. I mean, all questions are now turning into variables from your questionnaire, and you are able to see responses per respondent. In this view, it is still online. You need to go to File and download the document in XLSX format, which is Excel. By clicking there, the form or the data will download, and now you have your Excel data here. This is the Excel data, and then you can start your analysis or the manipulation as you wish. Practically, that's how you can access data. In my next video, I will show you how you can make the basic analysis using Excel. For example, how you can make some pivot tables, how you can just calculate frequencies, percentage, so that maybe you can know the general picture of the data you collect. Thank you very much. Again, my names are Jean-Pierre Mugiraneza from BLF. If you have any concern or you need further support, please don't hesitate to reach out. Bye.